everyone. My name is Gracie, and I will be joining you today for Get Your Play Online to show you a fun activity. So, this week, what we are doing is we are creating a drive-in movie theater at your house. So, in order to do this, we kind of have three steps to the process. So, we'll be making a car out of a box. We will be making some popcorn, and we will also be making some movie tickets that you can hand out to your family and friends if you want to invite them to come along. So, first things first, the supplies that you will need are I've got some plates. These will be the wheels of our car. Well, the most important thing is we need a cardboard box. So I have this big cardboard box here that I'm going to use. And then, if you don't have a cardboard box, you can also use a laundry basket. There's no way I would fit in this laundry basket though, so if you want to use a laundry basket because you don't have a box, this can work. Otherwise, a box is probably better. Okay, I also have some colored paper, and we're going to use this to decorate the outside of the box. So it's good to have a good amount of the same color. Hopefully what I have left here will stretch. If not, we'll mix up the colors, and that will be good. And I also have some white paper just in case you want it for some reason as you're decorating, or to use to make the tickets. Okay, I also have some markers here. We'll be using these for the tickets, and if you want to decorate your car. For the car, I've got scissors, got some tape. I think this clear packing tape can work really well. You can also use duct tape, or I've got kind of this normal clear tape too. So yeah, oh, and I have a box cutter here, but if you're going to use a box cutter, just make sure that you have an adult help you because they are sharp and you don't want to be doing this on your own. So I will just be cutting off some of the extra little panels on the car that I don't, or on the box that I don't need with this handy dandy box cutter. All right, so let's get into it. I'll move this so you can see what I am doing with the box car. Okay, so try to make it so you can see a little further out. Alright, so here I've got my box. I'm going to move it so you can see it. Alright, so my family got a new microwave, and so thankfully I ended up with this great huge box that I can use to make a car with. Otherwise I probably would have used a laundry basket or some less ideal box, but this is perfect size since I am not kid-sized anymore, that I should be able to still fit in. So it's got some panels here, and I don't really want the panels on it. So, at least not on the sides. On the front, if you want to leave it and be kind of a part of the car, that's totally fine. And actually on the back, it's kind of fun with these panels to have it kind of act as part of the car. But on the sides, we don't really want these. So, I am going to cut the sides off with my box cutter. And you just want to make sure that you ask an adult to help you with this, as I said before. So here we go, got my box cutter. I'm just going to start cutting it off. Make sure it cuts through. Alright, here we go. This is going to be good so that we don't have it interfering with our car. Now, if you're using a box, you can also ask an adult to help you with the box cutter to cut, different kind of cutouts on the side of the car to get into the car. But I'm going to keep it simple for now. All right, so we've got one panel off. Set that to the side. And then we're going to come over here, get this other panel off. So here we go. I'm going to cut this off. And if you have an adult helping you, they'll know how to use it and be safe with the box cutter. You can also try using scissors. This just works better. All right, got the second part off here. Throw that over there. All right, I'm gonna put my box cutter away for now because I think that will work pretty well, and I'm actually gonna keep this on because I think it will help it look like a cooler car, and you can just, make it a part of the vehicle. All right, so now we are going to be decorating the, there I am. So we are going to be decorating the car now, and how we're going to do that is we are going to cover it in some colored paper. So let's do that now. Now that we've got the box cutting part out of the way. All right, so here I've got some orange paper, and I'm going to use this for the main part of the car. So what we're going to do here, so I've got a couple different colors of orange. I'm going to start with this one. And hopefully you have more paper than I do, but I'm just going to work with what I have. So I'm just going to start covering this with paper. So first I'm going to just kind of secure it with a little tape, and then I will get, and then I will get some bigger tape, this packing tape, to kind of secure it down a little better. So I'll move this so you can see it. Okay, so this is the microwave we had. All fun, but it's not going to be a microwave anymore because it is going to be a car. So here we go. I'm first going to put just a little bit of tape on it, just so that it stays in place, and then I'll secure it down better after that. All right. So we are transforming this out of a microwave box and into an awesome driving car. So I don't know if you've ever been to a drive-in movie. I actually don't think I have. I've been to movies where, oh, look at that, getting fun cardboard all over my pants. So I think I've been to sort of a drive-in movie where you bring chairs and you do it that way, but I haven't been to one where you actually bring your car. I think that would be cool though. Okay. Oops, I did that one. Let's do that again. All right, it'll work. Doesn't have to be perfect either. Just get something on there, and it will look. It'll just make it look nicer. Now that those on, I think I might just start using this bigger tape. It's kind of loud. Some fancy packing tape. Alright, so I'll just cut that piece off. Alright, so that just kind of helps this all stick together. But really, whatever way you can get it to stay on is totally fine. Alright. So what I'm going to do with this piece is I'm actually going to put it on its side like this and cut this part off so I can fill in this other part here. That way we can stretch our paper a little farther. Almost covers it, so. I'm just kind of pushing against the paper so that it stays down there while I add some nice tape onto it. All right, next part. I might even cut off this little bit because then I can fill in another spot with it. All right, we've almost finished a whole side of the car. And this isn't perfect, but I'm just going to fill in this gap here for now. All right. This is looking good. Okay, now we are going to go on to the other side. No, you're not. I'm going to do the front. And we are going to make the front. What color should make the front? I'm going to save the other orange for the other side, and I'm going to use maybe some yellow. Or no, maybe some pink. Right, so I've got some nice pink here, and I'm going to use that for the front of my car. And if you decided to get a pack of paper that's a lot of the same color, that can work well. I kind of got a multicolored pack, and so I'm just going to do the car in some different colors. And because this box is black already, I might just leave this side of the box black and then cover this part up here. Oops, I didn't do that. All right. The nice thing about, I mean, you could try painting it. I don't know how well that would work, but if you have a box that isn't glossy like this, the paint would work better. But I like the paper because it just kind of, you don't have to wait for it to dry. It's not messy, and you can do it pretty. You can do a lot of cover a lot of space pretty quickly. Okay. Sometimes it works best if you sort of put the tape on like this, and then you hold it up here so that you know it's straight before you tape it down. There we go. All right, and I'm going to put a little tape in between them because this way just kind of holds them together. All right, let's put a couple more pieces here. Do the same thing I did before. Take it on here first. All right, we are getting there. All right, got some more tape. Put it down like that. All right, so we've mostly got the front of the car covered now. I'll have to tuck some of this under. All right, and then we've got kind of the front hood of the car here. So now, before I move on, I'm going to show you how to kind of spice up the front of the car. And how we're going to do that is we're going to add some headlights. I'm going to take this part down just so it's not in our way. All right, so here I'm going to use some yellow paper and add on some headlights. So I've got some yellow paper up here, and I am going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut some circles. So if you want, you can also draw the circles on the paper first before you cut them out. But I'm just going to cut them out. Just keep kind of going in a circle here. Alright, so we've got one headlight. And what I'm going to do, so that they're kind of the same size, I'm going to put this kind of over the paper again. And then I am going to cut around it, just so that I'm kind of, you can see that, so that I can kind of make it the same size. Alright, so now I've got these two headlights here, and I'm going to paste these onto my car. So I'm just going to put those right here, and they look like some headlights. Sorry, sounds like my coffee maker is making some funny noises. Alright, so now you see we've got some headlights on the front of the car. And I might just try to tape this, leave it like this, because it kind of creates a cool windshield actually. So you could do it, you can do a windshield like this, or you can make it kind of the hood of the car. Either one, but I think I'll actually leave it like this. You can kind of improvise as you go a bit. I think on this box, it'll be cool to leave it like this and have it be a windshield. So as you go on, if you want to use some other paper, you can kind of decorate this more like a windshield. And I'm going to just try to tape it down a bit and secure it. So that it kind of stays up a little bit. So I'm just kind of putting some tape in the corners here so that it holds this up a little bit more. You can add a couple layers. So that just kind of makes it stick up a tiny bit more. And yeah, it works pretty well. And you can always kind of hold it up when you're in there. So yeah, I think that's cool. And if you really want to, I have these other pieces of cardboard that I had that I could cut down to kind of put in here and secure it down. So I think I'm going to do that. It will just add a little more security. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm just kind of cutting this a little bit more. And remember, always have an adult if you're trying to do this sort of thing. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to put this box cutter away, and I am going to, you can see this, kind of put this inside of here to prop this up. So now it will give it more of that car look. So I'm going to take this. Okay, so I've put some tape on here like this. You can see it. I'm going to add this in here. Kind of tape it up. Just like that. Alright, so now that kind of gives it a little more security. And if you want to secure it better too, you can tape on the bottom. But that's working for now, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So, see, we've got the front of the car like that. So we've got the side that's all covered in some tape. We've got the front all ready to go, and we've got our windshield here. So I'm going to leave it at that for the car, just so that we can get on to the other parts. But a lot of it is really, you just keep going with the paper. So we do the same thing. So you do the same thing on the other side that we did on this side with the paper. And then on the back, you can do the same thing with the tail lights. So you'll just want to use some red paper for that. And then you can just leave this. And you can actually make a license plate with your name on it. So maybe we'll do that part. Let's do the license plate. And then we can move on and make some popcorn, because popcorn's really fun. We don't want to miss out on that. Alright, so let's make a little license plate. Now I'm going to put some paper under this, just for good measure so that we're not making a mess. I'm going to make a little license plate. Now you want it to be a rectangle, so either you can just cut a rectangle out, or you can kind of draw a rectangle on here. So I'll draw a rectangle. And if you want, the license plate can just be your name. So I'm going to just write my name. And then I've got a little license plate for my car. And if you want to add a state, so I'm from Maryland, so I'm just going to write Maryland at the top, because license plates always say the state. So if you write it in all capital letters, that will make it look kind of like a real license plate. So you can see here, this is my license plate. And I'm going to cut this out and tape it on to the front. Or in some states, people only put license plates on the back. So up to you, front or back. Alright, so just cutting this out. So as you can see, I left a little bit of a border on there, and I just cut out my license plate. Alright, you know what, since we didn't decorate the back yet, why don't we put it on the back? So there we go, I've got a license plate. Oh, whoops, can't zoom. There it is. So, I've got a license plate on the back. There we go. So, now that you know how to make the whole car, I am actually going to put a pillow inside of it, because that makes it more comfortable. So let me just grab a pillow, or a couple pillows, and you just stick them in your car. I'll show you the angle, a different angle, so you can see it better. Then you can kind of just sit inside of it. Alright, so let me show you what I've done here. So see how I've got these pillows on the inside? That is what I've done so that I can sit inside my car. And then I'm all ready to watch movies. So you can probably see there's a TV behind me. And that is where I could turn it around and face it so that I can watch a movie. So I'm just going to climb into my car. Thankfully, this box is big enough for me to actually fit inside of. And here we go. We are ready for a movie. Okay, now let's make some popcorn real fast. And we can also make a ticket if you want. Where I can show you the basics to make a ticket. So let's get out of our car. Let's turn it around so that it's actually facing towards the TV. All right, now let's make some popcorn. I'm excited about this because you can't have a movie without some popcorn, can you? So let's go over here to the kitchen. I'm gonna make some popcorn. All right, so first I'm just gonna run and wash my hands because that is always important when you're working in the kitchen, especially when we've just been doing all those things with all those crafts over there. All right, let's roll with this popcorn. So what we need for this is we need some vegetable oil, we need some popcorn, so these kind of popcorn kernels, and we need some popcorn salt. So I need half a cup of popcorn. Oh, sorry, and we also need a paper bag. So I'm going to take this paper bag, open it up, and I'm going to measure half a cup of popcorn. Got a little carried away there. All right, so we've got half a cup. Just gonna pour this right into the bag. That was fun. Okay, and now we just need a teaspoon of oil. So I've got a teaspoon measure here. I'm gonna pour a little oil in. Whoops, I grabbed a new bottle, didn't I? All right, so now we're just going to put in a teaspoon of oil. So I'm just going to measure this carefully. It should come out pretty fast, so I'm going to try to, all right, just 1 teaspoon in there. Perfect. All right, it's pretty straightforward. That's all you need for now. And I'm going to add the salt in later. So I have this popcorn salt, and I'm going to add that in after. So what you want to do is you want to kind of fold the bag down a couple times just to secure it. I'm just going to do it like that. And then I'm going to microwave it for about 2.5–3 minutes on high. So I'm also going to, okay, I just shook it around because I want to make sure the oil is kind of distributed in there a bit. All right. Now it will make your bag a little bit greasy, so just be mindful of that. So let's go over to the microwave. I'm going to grab a paper towel to put in the bottom of the microwave just because of the grease that can come off of this bag. All right, let's go. So I've just got put a paper towel under it just to kind of catch some of the grease. Okay, so here we are at the microwave. Set you down there. Okay, so you can see the microwave. So here we go. I've just put the bag into the microwave. And now I'm going to set it for about 2.5 or 3 minutes. So let's see, I'll just do 2 minutes and 30 seconds first. And then we'll do power level, high. Okay, perfect. And we'll click start. So there's our popcorn in there. And it should, basically, once you hear it popping with about 2 seconds in between each pop, then you will know it is about ready. So we'll just leave it there for a minute. I'm going to grab some paper and show you how to make a ticket while it is popping. And then we'll go check back in on it. Okay, so if you want to make a ticket for your movie, what you can do is you can just write kind of, I like to make it kind of realistic, so you write admit 1 and admit 1. And then you can write kind of what the movie is. So I'll write like Finding Nemo. And then we'll say, 7:00 p.m. And we'll put a square around it and we'll cut it out. So that's all I would do if I was going to make a ticket, just so you can see it before we go back to our popcorn. All right, you can hear it popping probably, so let's get back to it. I just wanted to make sure I showed you the ticket before we finished up. So here it is. It's popping. Oops, the bag fell over. Okay, so once there's about a couple seconds in between each pop, we can take it out. So, okay, I think it's ready. All right. Oh my goodness. This one got a little crazy. It started popping out of the bag a little bit, but that's all right. All right, here we go. So, hope you can see the popcorn in there. I will show you more clearly over here in the light. So, we've got our popcorn bag, and it's all good. So I'm just going to add this to a bowl. You can add it to another bag. So let's add it to another bag so that you can see that option. So since we've got these paper bags, we'll add it into another bag just because this one's kind of covered in oil from the popcorn. I'm just going to pour it in here. And also when you're opening the bag, mine was fine because it already opened up a little bit, but you might want to have an adult help you because it can be kind of hot. Mine doesn't feel too bad though. All right. This pack popped very full, so we've got our popcorn there. I'm just going to add a little bit of popcorn salt that I showed you earlier. All right. So I've got my popcorn salt, and I'm just going to pour a little bit in here. You can just pour as much as you like. I'm just going to do a little bit. Don't want to overdo it. I'm going to mix it around a bit more. We're going to kind of do what we did before. We fold it over. And this way I'm just mixing the popcorn around in the bag a bit. Alright, so we've got our popcorn bag. Notice how, because we put it in a clean bag, it doesn't have all this grease on the bottom like this one did. So it's much cleaner. Now, let's take it over and put it with our car so we can get the full experience. And also our ticket, which I did not cut out, but this is kind of what you would do for a ticket as I showed you. So you write the name of the movie, the time of the movie, and you can write admit 1 on the side. And you can make a bunch of these for your family and friends to invite them to the movie. So, we've got our movie ticket, popcorn, and we've got our car. So, let me show you how this looks. I'm just going to set you on a chair so you can see the right angle here. One moment. So I'm facing towards the TV. I'm in my car. Got my popcorn. I take off my shoes and get in my box, or in my car, sorry. So now I'm all ready for the drive-in movie. And I've got my popcorn, and it's delicious, so I haven't tried it, but it indeed does taste good. If you want, you can always add some butter to the popcorn because sometimes it tastes a little dry when you do it in the microwave like this. But ask your parent or your caretaker because they should be able to tell you the best way to do it, to add some butter to the popcorn. Alright, well thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'm so glad we got to do this today, and I hope you guys enjoy your cars and have a lot of fun in them, and also enjoy your popcorn. Obviously, it's a little early in the day to sit and watch a movie, but hey, it's Friday, so if you want to, certainly go for it. Just make sure you ask a parent or a caretaker if it's okay for you to watch a movie. I think one of my favorite movies is probably Finding Nemo, so maybe I'll watch that or Toy Story or something while I'm in my car. Alright, thanks again, guys. I hope you have a really great day, and I hope you enjoyed this and are able to make your own car for a fun activity. Bye!